I'm Kevin.
And I'm Jeremiah.
And we want to plant a church. I've known Jeremiah now for a little over 2 years. We're both pursuing ordination in the Methodist Church. And we'd hang out and we'd talk about the state of the Methodist Church, where we've been, what we're doing, where we're going. And we started talking about church planning. We started getting excited about planning a church together. And so we prayed and we prayed, and we took a weekend and we just went up and we spent 24 hours just praying and thinking about this church plant. We put our ideas on paper. We started to think about what we would do, what would it look like, where would we go, who would we serve. We went from there and we walked the neighborhoods. We walked Minneapolis and Uptown and St. Paul. We looked at the people. And we saw people like us. Young people, single people, young adults, married couples, young families. We saw people searching for something. Searching for who they are.
As Kevin and I were talking, we realized something, that there's this big issue that everyone deals with in their life. And that's this question, who are you? It's an identity issue. You know, in middle school, probably the worst time of your life, all you tried to do was get people to accept you for who you are. And then as you grow up and you graduate and you go to college and you get a job, you get to this point in your life where you don't really care what people think about you anymore, but you really care about what you think about you. And so Kevin and I started talking about this identity crisis, and we realized, you know, in Jesus we receive an identity that never fades, that never fails, that never goes away. Throughout the whole Old Testament and the New Testament, you see God calling people to act a certain way, to be set apart, to be different for the sake of Jesus. And so that's what we believe. We want to plant a church where people can come to the cross and say, this is my identity, this is who I am, and this is who I'm going to be every day of my life.
I'm Pastor Nehil Bejarano, and I'm here at Crossroads because I want to plant churches. And I believe that the most effective way for us to do God's work on earth these days is by planting churches. And this is a natural way for us to be involved in doing God's kingdom work. And we are supposed to be making disciples. We are supposed to be going out there, reaching out to those that are lost without Christ. We exist to glorify God. We should exist to glorify God by making disciples, by loving like Jesus. We should exist to glorify God by strengthening people in Jesus and by rescuing a few from hell. And the best way that we can do is for us to reach out to those who are without Christ out there is by going out there and telling them about the good news of the gospel. And you have a responsibility also to do that with us here at Crossroads.